Assalamualaikum everyone. So today we are going to be making the feeding therapist Shai Tukrey croissant, like French toast. So I have 5 big croissants here. These are from Costco, and I'm just going to manually just like rip them into pieces, like large chunks, like this. Now on the stove I have a large skillet, and I have some butter, just like a thin pat of butter, and I am going to start toasting up these croissants on medium-low heat until they're brown and toasty and crisp. Now after 1 to 2 minutes, we're going to flip it. You see how brown and toasty and delicious that looks, and we're going to just fry up the other side. Now once they're brown and toasty, we're just going to remove them off the heat. If it starts burning, you can also lower the heat so that it doesn't burn, and we're just going to continue doing this with all of the croissant pieces. Now I'm going to heat up some heavy cream. I have half a cup of heavy cream with a few strands of saffron, crushed saffron, in a small saucepan. Now once the heavy cream comes to a simmer, I'm going to stir it 1 or 2 times and then set it aside and let it come to room temperature. Now I know the recipe said to use 1-day-old croissants, but I had these for about a week, so they're pretty old. But they crisped up really beautifully, and I'm excited to use them. Now I have a pie tin that I just greased with some butter. I have 3 eggs in a bowl. To this I added a pinch of salt. I'm going to add 1 cup of whole milk, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom, half a tablespoon of sugar, and we're just going to whisk all of this together. Pop the eggs and whisk until everything is uniform and combined. Now our cooled down saffron cream, we're just going to incorporate that in. Make sure it's cooled down, because if it's hot or warm, it will end up scrambling the eggs, and we don't want that. It smells so good. Now I have our toasted croissants there. I have a tub of honey pecan Philadelphia cream cheese, and we're going to use these as little dollops in between. So we're going to take some of our croissants, about half, dip it into the cream and milk and egg mixture, soak them in. Lightly soak them. You just want to dip them in and take them out, and we're going to place it into our prepared baking sheet. So we're going to do this until the bottom layer is all complete. Let's do that. Beautiful. Now that the first layer is complete, it's about half of the croissants, we're going to take dollops of our cream cheese and place them throughout the croissants. You kind of want to spread them out a little bit, make sure a lot of bits and pieces get them. That the cream cheese has been spread, we're going to start with our second layer and place it right on top. Now I did the second layer, and I have a few more croissant pieces left, so I think I'm going to add more cream cheese to the second layer and then do a third layer. So I'll just spread the cream cheese all over the second layer, and I'm gonna start with the third layer. So just pop these babies in and continue. Mixture all over the croissants. Now for the last bit, I'm just going to add dollops of the cream cheese, and I'm not going to spread it, so I'm just going to create little pockets of yummy goodness all throughout the tin. And that's how it looks. I was supposed to use half a tub of the cream cheese, but I ended up using all of it. But I love cream cheese, so I love it. So it's the next day, and it's been sitting in the fridge overnight. I did not read the instructions, and apparently you're supposed to put these dollops in after you bake them. Like, you bake them for 40 minutes and then put the dollops in and then bake it again for another 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna pop these dollops out. Don't worry, I'm wearing gloves. Sanitary. And then I have the oven preheating at 350 degrees. And I'm gonna pop it in and bake it for 40 minutes. Okay, so into the oven it goes. So after 40 minutes, I took it out, put the dollops of cream cheese back in. Also at the 20-minute mark, I put a piece of foil just like loosely on top, just so it doesn't burn. I'm gonna pop it back in the oven at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. Now we're going to make our whipped cream. I have 1 cup of heavy cream in a small bowl. To that, I am going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract and half a teaspoon of rose water. Going to just add that in. Beautiful, this is what I'm using. I'm gonna mix this well. To this, I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar and a pinch of salt. Now I'm going to whisk this together until soft peaks form. That looks beautiful. Now I'm just going to put saran wrap on top of it, put it in the fridge until the French toast kind of cools down a bit, and then drizzle it with some maple syrup, top with the whipped cream, pistachios. I got these really cute rosebuds, edible rosebuds that I'll decorate with, and I'll enjoy it. It smells so good right now. This is how it looks out of the oven. How beautiful and gorgeous does that look? And it smells so good. It smells really good. It smells reminiscent of Shai Tukrey. Now I'm just gonna let it cool down, place a dollop of whipped cream on top, and then decorate. So now that it's cooled down, I just drizzled some maple syrup on top. I'm going to add a huge dollop of our rose whipped cream right in the middle. That looks so good. And then sprinkle some toasted pistachios, roughly chopped. This is gonna add really good texture and crunch. And then some of these beautiful rosebuds for a pop of color. How gorgeous. Oop, that doesn't go there. How gorgeous does that look? It looks and smells so beautiful. I hope you guys try it out. Until next time, assalamu alaikum.